still a noob, you know? She was smiling! Okay, mama! My dude keep painting rocks. Did I scrape it?
Yeah, you scraped it.
Are you guys here? Hey, my name's Cam. I wear a broken glove. You guys get mad about it? Today we're talking about some pretty cool stuff that a lot of people have been asking me for, and I think it's about time that we do that. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when I drop heat. I think we should just dive into this and pretty much the backstory of how I'm here on an R1. I'm like pretty much like the newbiest person on the track, but it works. I'm a squid in a suit, really. Is the squid there? The squid's there. Yeah, that's me, but it works. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about how. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about how I got to this point and pretty much the backstory, just a little bit. I'm not gonna dive too deep into it, but we're gonna dive into it. It's gonna be tight. All right, so grab your popcorn, grab your energy. Let's get into it. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, that means wheelies. Every time you see that light on, that means wheelies, certified wheelies. There's no way around it. Good? All right, let's get it, boys. There's a whole lot of traffic. It just so happens that every time I want to come out, it's usually during rush hour. I don't know, it's just how my days line every time, and I never change it. I just willingly do it every time. But Sky is running great. This is my 2021 R1 that I got about 2 months ago after wanting it for like freaking 5 years. So long I've wanted this bike for. And okay. Is that meme? Oh, okay. That's literally me when people do that. We're just gonna go get lost up north. We're gonna find somewhere dope. Are you okay? I literally just complimented you, and now you're gonna hit me with that kill switch? Literally just died on me. I'm looking down like, let me get on the highway and then let me get back to when I'm going slow. Look at all that damage, first of all. The whole guardrail and the whole side of the road is just gone. But I'd rather just talk to you guys once I get off the highway, so I'm not having to yell. Not everyone's a fan of the yelling, and it's like, first of all, you're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna yell and not. I don't want to yell all the time, but I naturally yell because my bike's louder, and I understand that. Me just riding like this, I have to speak a little bit louder than usual to project my voice so you guys can hear it. So okay, mama, I'm with it. Oh, I had that balance off so wrong. Is it rolling? Ticking? I just got into the most confusing battle with this damn camera. I've been on 2 wheels for quite a long time. I started off when I was 5 on a CRF 50, and that's where everything really started to set in. But everyone's been so interested in pretty much like how I got here, and I'm like, okay, like I'm not any different than anyone else. I might have more time with someone, but someone can accelerate in growth just as fast as me. I've been riding since I was 5. I rode bicycles all that my whole childhood, you know, and that's just simple stuff. But dirt bikes is really where it started at. Started off with a CRF 50, jumped up to a JR 80, and then from there jumped up to a CRF 100, jumped up from there to an RM 125 for like all of like 2 months. Got sick. Oh no, I had a KX 100, and that KX 100 was everything to me. That was like my first like brand new bike. I forget my age, like anywhere from 12 to like 14. I had that for quite a long time. Loved that. That's the bike that I actually started to try to wheelie. It was a 2-stroke. That was tons of fun, but I was just getting smoked everywhere in the trails. I always rode dirt bikes with an older set of friends, older group I should say. So they all had big bikes, 250s, 450s, and I was like, dude, I'm getting smoked, but like I want to keep up, you know, I'm dragging everyone back. So I pushed myself, and I continued to push myself as hard as I could on that KX 100, and eventually just got to the point where I had to sell that. And it's actually really freaking funny because that KX 100 actually got sold to Brap, and this is before Brap Vlogs. This is before TheKilaCam. It's just wild to think that I sold my bike to him before both of us were even in the YouTube space or realm. It's honestly, it's really freaking funny, and it's just small world, right? Small freaking freaking world. So I actually sold that. I bought an RM 125. I didn't really like it. A 125 really wasn't that much more. It was just a bigger platform than a KX 100. It was just bigger wheels, and I didn't really feel too much of a power difference, and it wasn't enough for me. At this time, I was getting better at riding, but I wasn't there. I was still a noob, you know? I kind of knew what I was doing, but it wasn't anything crazy. And from that point on, I went from RM 125, which I had like for all of like 1 to 2 months. I got rid of it extremely quick. Getting rid of that bike was the best thing I did, because that's where it took me to the next level for my riding abilities and skills and experiences. And I actually sold that and went ahead and bought a 03 CR250, and that thing was a bat out of hell.
Huge ass hills in Germany.
I don't even know what age I was on that CR250, but I was fairly young, and the bike was definitely way bigger than me. It didn't overpower me, but it was. I had to work to ride that bike, and at first I was honestly terrified. I was like, dude, what did I just do? I got all this power underneath me. Soon enough, you kind of just let go, and I was striving so much to improve my riding and keep up with everyone, and that distinctive feature in all of us of that kind of, not ego, but like that fun that you would have in the trails. I had it so much, because me and my homies would just go back and forth. Years of them pretty much just like, they didn't bully me, but like they would always like, we would talk shit, you know what I mean? We just bust it up, you know, laugh, make jokes. And enough of that, I was like, you know what? I got a bike big enough to do this. Let me show them what I'm worth. So crash after crash after crash. Did I scrape it?
Yeah, you scraped it.
Crash after crash after crash. It was so much fun. I just kept on going, kept on going, kept on going. I got to a point, I think, that year that I was really getting, not nasty, but I myself was self-progressing with my skill. I don't compare myself to other people, but I did start passing some of the people that I was riding with, and I was just pushing myself. I love bikes because it's always been that escape for me. It's so much more than just two wheels. It's so much more than just doing wheelies, and for what someone might just see, you know, the third eye that doesn't really understand bikes, you know, like this guy, maybe he's never rode a bike, never has anyone in his life that rides bikes, so he just doesn't understand bikes. He doesn't understand my passion for this bike. He sees, oh, cool bike, and there's a guy on it. I mean, he could think so many ways. He's having fun, enjoying the day, or he's thinking, oh, that dude could be risking his life. That's so stupid. I would never do that. There's so many different viewpoints that like an honest person could honestly look at it, but I'm just explaining my point of view. For you guys, at this point, this is when I was solidified. That CR250 solidified my true, I guess I was just growing up and I was maturing and I was understanding, and at this point, that's when I really started to feel deeper about bikes. And I always did, but I couldn't like identify it within myself. I just wanted to ride all the damn time. That guy back there is definitely like, yeah, this guy's gonna kill himself. This is really where it was, is when I figured out I have a true passion for this stuff. This is cut deep. It runs in my blood. It's in my bones. I was born with this, and I started identifying that self with me, and I'm like, this is who I am, you know? It was actually really cool to see that all happen. Who is calling me from? Yeah, let me give you a call back, okay? He's like, I can barely hear you. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Back to it. Oh, crap, where the frick was I with this plot line? Leave it to me to always F up a story real quick. ADHD. Ooh, calm down, girl. CR250 passion, figuring it out. Yeah. All right. So at this point, I think I sold my bike and I bought a Mustang. Bad decision. If you love bikes, don't sell your stuff for a car. Like, unless you need the car. If you don't need the car, don't do it. Learn from my mistakes. It ends up just hurting you more because you don't have a bike. Eventually, I actually came back around and I bought a 2018 YZ250, where we're actually gonna pull over and wait for Joe. That's a lot of debris, so we're gonna stop right here. Seems like a somewhat safe spot. Now we talk through all this. I was really just, I wasn't, I guess, realizing really how deep this stuff was, but I knew it, you know. I loved everything about it, but it was really just me pushing myself and having those positive reinforcements around me. Even though like he was like talking shit in like a manner of like making jokes, that's a positive reinforcement. You know what I mean? Like they didn't mean it in a harmful and negative derogative term, but like if you know, you know, like you ride, like you probably talk shit on your buddies, and that's kind of how it, you know, how it goes. Like dirt's kind of just like that, and it's actually kind of cool. Like we all love it, you know. We all hey! Don't know who that is at all, but I like his energy. I like his energy a lot. Oh, I'm all good. I don't know who this is. Oh yeah. This is the shit I'm talking about. Bike community. I tell you, the bike community. That was a Harley rider stopping for me. Look, I wasn't signaling him or nothing. He stopped for me. I'm on a sport bike. There's good Harley riders out there, I'll tell you. No, but the bike community is honestly like that. It's insane to say, like, your car breaks down, you got your hazards on, you're on the side of the road, no one's pulling over. You know what I mean? Like, not often. If you ever stop with a bike, people like pull over for you. Like other bikes will pull over. It's insane to see how the bike community is very diverse. There's a lot of hate in it. We're not gonna like beat around the bush, but at the end of the day, it is a very tight-knitted kind of family and brother kind of situation where there's a lot of love that's there if you find it, you know what I mean? But it's just a lot more relevant than I'd say some other communities, but it's very diverse. I mean, it's just like the car community, but I would say that the bike community is way more tight-knitted. What's the word I'm looking for? General my brain works for like literally a quarter of the day, and then it gives out. There's a word I'm searching for. Where did he go? I'm like mad confused, and now I'm like, okay, like did you text me? You said he was stopping, but like I'm guessing maybe he doesn't want to ride. I'm mad confused. You tell me to keep going, you're gonna catch up, and then just MIA. Like at least text me. Now I sit here waiting for you. I'm like waiting for him. Everyone's staring at me. It's completely fine. I'm okay. Looks like a good time to do a wheelie. Sit down or stagger, stand up. Stagger. Get third. Come on, you got it. Oh my gosh. Not to what we were saying is throughout all of this is really where I would take rides by myself. Sometimes I didn't have rides to the trails. I've been to the extent, right? We're talking about like down bad, like, all right, so look, like I couldn't ride my bike on the street. So there was a time frame where I would push my bike. I couldn't ride out of the development. People would call the cops, and I'm like, dude, I'm literally not doing anything. Mind you, I mean, I like kind of knew how to be on the road. I would push my bike for literally 3 miles. Push my bike for like 3 miles, if not more, and then hop on it and then ride. But there was a lot of dedication in that. Here's kind of where it really started to grow. Is when I had that YZ250. Keep going! Keep going!
Stop!
Oh, she has a butt plug in.
Wait. Today, it is Sky's 3rd month anniversary. Get her a little gift, right? What's in the box? It's not Frosted Flakes. It's freaking Trade coffee. Before we go out on this ride, this is how we want to start off our morning. In the best shape, best way possible with Trade coffee.
Thank you to Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video, guys.
Trade provides the best coffee from the best local freaking I got this word. Hold on. Roasters.
Trade matches you to a personal selection of your favorite coffees. Now you're asking, how does it work? You go on to drinktrade.com. First things first, you're going to take the quiz about the coffee, and what this is going to do is get your personal selection going. Trade is going to whip up little concoctions, and they're going to pretty much figure out what's the best coffee for you and send it right to your door. Step 2 is going to be the delivery frequency. Basically, you're going to figure out how often do you want them to send you coffee. That this coffee is fresh, get roasted, and shipped out within 24 hours of your order. So it is all made essentially to order. And step 3 is once you get your coffee, you pretty much just rate your coffee. Trade can actually figure out if you like that coffee or if you don't.
We're talking about quality, fresh coffee. We're talking about flavors you cannot find in the store. We're talking 400 plus flavors.
That one dope thing that I love, personally I love, is packaging. These bags are actually like biodegradable. I freaking love that. This coffee was made for you. It was made for me. Because I took the quiz. Probably the freshest coffee I've ever smelled. And Trade is also nice enough that if you don't like your first bag, they'll actually send you a second flavor for free. But you're like, wait, the first one? If you hit the link in the description, you get the first bag for free. And did I forget that, you know, shipping is also free too? So it's just all on them. Trade's just being extra nice at this point. Okay.
Trails are fun, but they can get monotonous and boring over time. You're riding the same stuff, and if you don't have people with you, it kind of gets lonely. And it gets lonely and boring, and you almost like, there's a limit on your creativity and the fun that can be had. It's repetitive. Kind of why I don't like 9 to 5s. It's not for me. It's for a lot of people. It's not for me. I don't like the normal boxed-in idea. I'm always out of the box, and I try to think outside the box. So you got to view things from different angles if you're like that. If not, you do you. Let me speak. If it applies to you, it applies to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't, it's up to you. Ooh, it's getting a little chilly, boys. I had the YZ250 and I was ripping with this thing. That was so much fun. It like brought back all the emotions because there was a time frame in between when I didn't have a bike at all. So then from there, I got that. Your boy just had to go and find out what the street was all about. I was tired of, I don't want to say I was getting in chases, but there was a lot of risk that was involved with riding a dirt bike on the street at the time. It's the fact that like I was striving to have fun, to do something different, and it was easy to wheelie on. I wanted to learn how to wheelie. Meanwhile, ever since the KX100, I was learning how to wheelie, and I sucked. I still suck. This guy's vibing. You see the hand? Hey, dang, oh, break it down for me. That's how I drive. I mean, the car groove and it's just a vibe. It's a vibe, you gotta catch the vibe. And if you need a headset, get a Cardo. Blast my music as loud as I can, and I ride. That's the point though. At this point in time, I was getting bored with the dirt. It was awesome. There were so many good memories that happened. There were so many good crashes that I could just laugh off. Whoa! Fuck. Yeah. Gotta catch him. There wasn't a lot of injury involved because I mean I wasn't doing anything like crazy jumps or anything, but it was just generally fun. That's what came along with all of that. The idea of being a dirt, you can crash, yeah, you can break a bone, you can get effed up, you can. But the risks are so much less because when you hit that ground, it's dirt. Dirt, maybe a rock, maybe a tree. Again, you can still get effed up. Oh, this is amazing. You dropped it again.
You can't even come to the spot. Take to the telly and I bust her down like a block.
It's about to go down.
Ah! Woo! Dirt bikes are meant to go down. Oh, yeah. All right. I knew I was going down hard today. That one, handlebar punched me in the ribs. But that felt good to get out of the way. There you go, baby. Look out! But the chances are just a lot lower. So I'd crash, bang some stuff off. You drop your bike, you look at it, you're like, all right, there's 2 new scratches and I need to bend my lever and maybe the bars are bent just a tad bit and you're gonna continue to ride it anyway. That's what it was about. Having that mindset and just keep on riding. I would literally crash, laugh that I crashed or I'd be pissed. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how we're gonna play. And get on it and just freaking shred. Just get back on the bike. You pick it up and you go right back. There's no time for fear inside that window. And I mean, and if it does spook you, it spooks you. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about for the situations that you're not actually hurting yourself. But on the occasion that you get a bruise, you know, you banged up, maybe you lost some wind, take a few seconds, get back on the bike and see what you're worth. That's where you find out how strong you are. Is in those moments you're like, I'm gonna go home, like F this bike. Some people are like that. And then there's some people that are like, dog, I'm ready to go for round 2. You gotta prove yourself better, and then you go and hit that same section, let's say, and you nail it, and you learn where your mistakes, where you identify your mistakes, and then you push forward and you go through it, and you're like, all right, now I know how to deal with this. Now I know how to deal with it. So you come in and you drop another gear, and maybe you turn in earlier, later, swing your ass out a little bit more. It's literally the endless paper. Dirt helped me so much. Kind of crazy to say. I love dirt, and dirt will always be a part of my life. I plan to get back on the dirt. One crazy part is my love for bikes really lies with street bikes. I didn't say sport bikes, just street bikes. And the reason is the first part of that word. It's a street. The idea of being on the road, on asphalt. But for me, I bought the R6. I completely forgot. I bought a Gixxer in there somewhere. I did a lot of reckless stuff, and I was just a reckless phase. We're gonna push that to the side. There was a Gixxer 600 in there. I don't want to talk about it because it was a Gixxer. she was a cute Gixxer, but definitely awesome. Then I ended up having issues, you know, with Gixxer things.
Frame slider saved me though.
You know what? I'm not ashamed of it, but like, I'm just gonna push it to the side. We're not gonna talk about it. There was 100% that phase. You know, like your regular like Gixxer 600 starter pack type of meme. I was 100% there. There was one day I left class and I got on the highway and just recorded and did a wheelie. Mind you, don't skip school, guys. Do as I say, not as I do. I just went out road. You almost have to like dissect and write down so you can keep up with where I'm going. It's like any college class. That's pretty much how I feel. When the teacher's going through PowerPoints, you're trying to write down the notes, but she's also talking about it, breaking down. You're like, hold on. My brain has to write this stuff down. Then I can listen to you and actually process what you're saying. And it's not efficient. It's not efficient. So I apologize. But basically, I had the YZ250. That's when I bought Blue. When I bought my 18R6. That time in my life, so many memories, so many times that Blue saved me from myself. Was there for me, allowed me to clear my mind. Homie's about that action. I'm not exactly excited because he kicked up with so much dirt, but oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry if I lose this footage. I lost footage the other day, was generally upset. Generally upset for the first time because I lost really good footage and it was like just a pure moto vlog. I hated the fact that I lost it because it was just, you can't recreate energy. You can't mimic energy. And I can't. Other people can. I personally cannot. I'm not physically possible to recreate the same energy that was once had. Redo it. You know what I mean? Like, what up? Off the wheel, keep it going, put it down because there's traffic in front of me and I don't want to put anyone's life at risk. The ownership of Blue, from the rides that I would take everywhere, I'm going to love the adventures that I went on with that bike, the people I met with that bike, really started to show me. That's when I was starting the ball. That's when I started YouTube. And I'm not giving all credits to just the bikes. You guys had a big proportion to do with all this stuff, but we're focusing on the bikes for right now. And I'm just trying to kick it and vibe, and everybody's just cutting everybody off and speeding around people. I'm getting away from people. Sorry. I get to a point where I'm like, all right, this guy's driving reckless, or I just feel uncomfortable around them, and I will literally get away from them. I mean, I bought a 1000 for a reason, not even for the top speed. If I see danger rising, get away from it. And yes. No clue where I was, boys. When I bought that bike, there's so many different ways and different things that built me into the rider I am today. But that's where I really started to... You guys already know what I'm about to do. impressed. I'm impressed with myself because I like get better at riding without honestly focusing on it. I don't know. The more you ride, the better you get. Simple as that. Intersections, boys. Don't be flying through intersections. Y'all know better. Okay. Let's get her up. Straighten up the legs, boys. Maintain speed. I don't know what speed I'm going with, but we're gonna see when you hit this little slight bend. You kinda got it. I love these. Oh my gosh. But again, the R6 taught me so much, right? Oh, we out here just vibing, cruising. I really don't need hype. Got vibes, baby. That dolly thick. Not gonna lie. Thick with 3 C's. How's everyone just calling me? Yeah, what up? Yeah, what's up? What? Okay, I'll talk to you later, okay? I'm doing a wheelie right now. Alright, boy. Love you. And I mean internally, Case is back. TheKilaCam is back. The raw freaking energy. Life, boys, life. You can enjoy everything. Enjoy everything. That means enjoying the bad and the good and the bad, all of it. Joy today, now. I had no intent on being on the bike today. I woke up, felt the energy, and I was like, yeah, I gotta ride today. Yo, boys. Oh, wait, we got a beautiful sky. What can we do? I got my camera equipment with me. The end of this honestly does have a point. It's worth saying. I promise. I literally promise you. I have to explain it in my way that I know of explaining it so you fully can understand it. How does something never get old? Wait, there's a... I found it. I wanted to take a picture there like years ago. Holy shit. It literally just popped in my brain. I was like, wait, wasn't there a spot nearby that I really wanted to take pictures at? And I literally just happened to look to my left and I'm like, that's it! ADHD for the win, boys! Oh my gosh, I'm excited, boys. I'm excited.
GoPro was about to die anyway, so I pulled in here at the right time. I'm gonna snag some pics. Look, you can already envision. Look at it. You just gotta envision the thoughts. Envision the ideas. She needs brakes. Besides the point, the R6 was really a crazy point for me, and that was really, you guys are about to see my reflection, aren't you?
Got him!
The R6 was insane. There was a lot of growth from wheeling to the idea, my passion that grew so much for the streets so fast. I went through a lot of changes during this phase with the R6, and it was awesome to see my skill grow so much. It went reckless at first, and then it changed, and I started finding out more about how leaning a bike over and kind of doing what it was designed to do was actually kind of like fun. And then I was like, I'm addicted, and that's where all of that stemmed from. And I started learning on the street, which wasn't the safest way, practicing in parking lots, and then I eventually got to the track, and the track really brought everything together. The track is probably the pinnacle of all of my severe growth within my riding. That's really what took it from here. And I felt the first day I came home and I legit said, I feel like I learned more in one day than I've learned in the process of 2 years on the street, 1 year on the street. It was just insane, because then you think about it, I have at least 10 track days or more. I definitely have more than 10 track days under my belt. So think about those days multiplied, some bad days in there, some days that I didn't learn much, but a lot of them were good, useful days. And again, I will always promote track for you guys to learn, to push yourself, to really see what you're capable of. And then when you find that breaking point where you crash or you really get shaken up, that's where you sit there and you're like, all right, I'm gonna take this home, figure out everything. I'm gonna figure out, that's your turning point where you can go, you know what, this isn't for me. Or that's where you're like, oh, you know what,
let me identify the issue. Where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? How do I change it? And that's the journey. That's the journey of it. I want you guys to understand, I've had those days. I've felt everything that you're probably feeling. You know, a rider and you're growing. I believe that you should probably try to go to the track, and if you can't go to the track, you find the right roads, the right gear, the right time and place. So, I mean, I'm just being realistic. I'm not going to sugarcoat everything. Not everyone can go to the track. We all knew this. At that point, I had the R6. That's when I got Star the next year, and Star was just made me understand how much fun can be done on a bike on the street that isn't fast. But it's fun, it's comfortable, it's enjoyable, it's a cruise, it's a vibe. That bike made me again realize another aspect of this bike stuff that I love. And it just, every single time, new bike, I learn more and I grow more and I try different things, and now I'm in different situations. And you just eventually just start to pile up all these things and start to mesh them all together. And now that I know how to just vibe and kick it from Star, my FZ07 2016 really showed me how to just chill. That bike showed me how to chill. It was the weirdest thing ever. You're like, what the what? I didn't have a chill. I was like, all right, we get on the bike, we go fast. That's how we have fun, right? Star was like, get on the bike, blast your music and dance, and then do a couple wheelies here and there. And the funny thing is that's what I do on the R1 now. That's exactly what I do on the R1. And you would think I would get on this bike and be like, for me to have fun, I need to pin this throttle. It's not always true. I can get away with doing a few wheelies, and I really realized that like I can save my energy for the track. I can save, you know, me trying to learn or me trying to impress somebody. F all that. F all that. F all of that. I learned how to enjoy the ride, and that's me personally through that bike. That bike showed me so damn much, and I'm so grateful for that bike, and that it's not the last time. Ideally, I do want to be back on the street with a naked or a supermoto, something of the sorts. So then after Star, we got good old Sky. The R1, the dream bike. This bike has been more than what I could have wished for, done more than I could have wished for, and it's a statement and an achievement and a milestone. It's all of it, all of it. This bike has taught me a lot on I'm f***ing recording. Thanks. All right, at least stay a little polite. I went on like that month hiatus. Like, you buy a leader bike, you're gonna have your leader bike fun for the first month. You're gonna get it in. You're gonna be like, damn, this bike is literally going to kill me if I don't chill. And then I chilled. So I had to get all that adrenaline out of really seeing what this bike could do. And it's been awesome. And I still have to find out a lot more of what this bike can do because I've yet to take it to the track. This bike is literally just everything. But it's not, I wouldn't just buy this bike though. Like that's my thing. Like, I love it, but like at some point it could catch up if that's my only option for the next 15 years is a leader bike. So then at some points, some days, if you guys watch me on Instagram, which is at TheKilaCam, make sure you follow that. I drop some dope reels, some dope pictures. All my photography's there. I really do love photography and cinematography and videography, all of it. I just love art, and any way that I can make art, I'm all for it. You know, anything I feel deeply about. So make sure you check that out if you want to see that. If you head over to the Instagram where you've seen me ride a Harley, I rode a Harley, and that really, listen, I'm pretty young, but like I'm probably one of the youngest dudes that wants a street glide right now. Like, in the entire area, I've not met another dude that was like as hype as me to be like, yeah, I want a street glide, bro. Again, that's a cruiser. You know what I mean? I've grown up on nothing but fast and thrilling bikes. And for me to get on a cruiser and be like, dude, I freaking love this. It's an entire different world. So it's just kind of cool to see so many different aspects of bikes and how each one has its own little niche and can make you feel certain ways. Let me get some pictures done and then we'll talk a little bit more. We're gonna full circle this like full on 360, boys. Ooh, almost ripped my jeans. Almost ripped my pants, boys. All right, boys, let me complete the story time with Cam. What Why are you making weird noises, girl? I'm not referring to changing your job. I am referring to the passion aspect. And this can be applied in so many different ways. If you are passionate about something, do that as much as you can. Literally as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Continue to grow in that field, whatever it may be. That's how I'm here. If I never pursued this, I would not be at the skill level and I would not be here where I'm at today with these vehicles, the opportunities that have been presented to me. I wouldn't have been able to share moments with dope people. Dude, if you paint rocks and you're very passionate about painting rocks, my dude, keep painting rocks then. Keep painting rocks, and then maybe you're gonna meet someone that likes to paint rocks too, and then maybe you learn something from them, or maybe you guys turn into friends. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Literally, the world is, I cannot give you guys examples because the world can go anywhere. But again, the point of this is, if you're passionate about something, I just love seeing people doing what they love. I'm gonna lose the sun soon. It's gonna get dark, so I think I'm just gonna head home. We didn't get to do dude, I'm gonna freaking die and drop my bike in here. Not gonna lie, I did almost drop my bike earlier. The kickstand was not fully done. I think I want to blame Joey for that because he put that idea in my head. I forgot to check my kickstand. I took it off the stand and I'm standing there next to my bike and I just literally watched it just start coming to me. NFL reaction, straight up, just chilling, like right there, dog. I grabbed the bike so fast. I've never moved that fast in my damn life. And I was like, listen, I don't care if you were 400 pounds. Like, I knew I was going to lift it. It was like that like stupid strength. Dude, I threw that bike up so fast. I was not playing any games. I was like, baby, you're not touching the ground just yet. Not yet. I will crash you one day, but not today is not the day. I had to look at Sky and I was like, you're not that guy, pal. Calm down. Oh, no way. So pretty. Oh, no, never mind. Again, thank you Trade for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check them out. Hit that link in the description. Get your coffee today, boys. This is the freshest coffee I've ever had. I didn't even know they could get this fresh.